Hello everybody, and thank you for watching this video, if you're watching. Sorry if I seem a little tired. I've been having a rough time adjusting to my new work schedule and everything, and that's why this video is taking longer to upload than I would like, because I work night shifts and it gets kind of rough. Anyhow, I figured I'd get a video out to you guys because I don't want to fall behind and, you know, have an upload drought, and I want to get more continuous content up for you guys. So I decided to do my next episode of my killer catalog series. This series is where I go down the line of each killer, give you a bit of, advice on running and playing this killer, show you maybe a perk setup on certain ones that I run a different perk set on. I just like the anti-gen build for the moment on a lot of my killers. I don't have Thrilling Tremors on Wraith, or I would be running it over Surveillance, but Surveillance is also another favorite perk of mine. I just think it's a really cool idea. And today we're going to be doing the Wraith. Like I said, this is a little series where I go over the killer, give you some tips and some advice on playing said killer, give my opinion on their place in the meta of Dead by Daylight, and suggest maybe a change or two if I feel the killer should require it or could use it. So for the Wraith, I'm going to be running my favorite add-on combination today, Shadow Dance Blood and Swift Hunt Blood. Shadow Dance Blood, when you're invisible, it lets you vault, open lockers, break pallets, and damage generators a lot faster when cloaked. It's really freaking good. I love it a lot. It can help reduce chase time by quite a bit. And then Swift Hunt makes it to where he comes out of his invisibility a lot faster, which helps you take advantage of the speed boost a lot better because it gives you better mind games and smaller loops. It lets you end chases quicker. It's all around just a very good add-on, and there's no reason not to run one of these if you can. So as you can see, I got Pop Goes the Weasel, Barbecue and Chili, Hex Ruin, and Surveillance just to keep the gens down a little bit. There's a lot of decent combinations of perks on Wraith, like, oh, it's back here. Nurse's Calling is fantastic on him. I think it's the best killer to run Nurse's Calling on because he can just turn his terror radius off, become almost completely invisible as he plays, and yeah, it's fantastic. It lets him get a ton of ambush attacks on people. So I'm going to queue up for a match, and I will explain more about this killer as it loads. So I currently place Wraith above the Trapper in the mid-tier. I would say upper to high mid-tiers. Now, a lot of people may disagree with this opinion, but the reason I say that is because Wraith has a couple things going for him. He has better map pressure than some other killers because he can move a bit faster when he's cloaked. He's got the ability to turn his terror radius off, like, completely, and as long as you take a route that is a bit out of line of sight, you can easily sneak right up on a survivor and get a free hit, and it scares the crap out of him, honestly. Plus, the speed boost he gets when he comes out of his dash allows him to mind game certain small loops and allows you to fake people out a lot better than average mind games. Now, it's a bit more risk versus reward because it's a bit harder to control the dash whenever you're moving that fast, but if you pull it off, you'll find that it's very satisfying and can often win you some mind games you might not have been able to win with other killers. Hey, settle down, dogs. Sorry, my dogs are in my room and they like to play, so I apologize if you can hear them in the background. So, as for what I would do to maybe make improvements to the Wraith, honestly, the only thing I feel he needs at this point is maybe a slight increase to his base speed while cloaked. Just because it doesn't feel like it's that big of a difference sometimes. With add-ons, it's pretty good. Now, but buffing his base speed, maybe toning down the add-ons just a little bit so it doesn't become too crazy, might be a good way to make it to where you don't have to run set add-ons for him to feel like he's got good mobility. And giving him that extra map pressure might just be enough. I mean, the main reason he's considered lower into the mid-tier by a lot of people is just because he has no real answer to pallets. He has to go through them, but that's why I think his add-ons are so good, because he can make it to where he can break pallets really, really fast. I don't think he's a bad killer, really. I just think a tiny little quality of life change here or there could be nice enough for him to do good with. Other than that, I don't have any real major complaints about this killer. He's not like Trapper, who has massive inconsistencies and for some reason has to jump through hoops just to get his ability to start. He's pretty straightforward. Man, this is taking a moment to get into a match. Alright, so I guess I'll start off with some tips for the Wraith while I'm waiting for this queue. It's taking a bit longer than I expected. So, the thing about Wraith's invisibility is, you're not completely invisible when you're using it. People can see like a shimmery outline of you whenever you're running. If you hold still, you are completely invisible. Now apparently you can hear a slight like rattling purring noise that he makes, and I don't know exactly how that is, but apparently it works something like that. And I also hear you can hear his footsteps from time to time as well, but I haven't really heard many Wraith footsteps. My main way of seeing Wraith is just making sure my camera is looking around and I'm always staying near a pallet or a window at the start of the match. You always got to prepare for that, because otherwise you're very prone to getting yourself hit for free at the start of the match if Wraith finds you first. Which unfortunately I've had the bad luck of that happening many times. Using your invisibility mid-chase can also be a decent tool if you have speed add-ons that like put him in cloak, take him out of cloak, or make him move faster while cloaked at higher speeds. But sometimes it's all situational. Like for instance, if they dropped a pallet and you're forced to break it, they've got some decent distance on you. So maybe it'll be best if you go into cloak, chase after him that way, and then when you have an opening, don't try to do it near a pallet, otherwise they'll just slam it in your face and you're just wasting your time. Instead, try to halfway decloak, make them drop the pallet thinking you're about to uncloak on them, and then break the pallet and keep going and chase. That's a little fake out you can do. Again, another thing, the devs apparently recently added back an old bone rattling sound he makes when he rings his bell, which is very similar to the noise he makes whenever he's swinging for an attack. Now, that is supposedly to give him a little bit of a mind game where you can fake out trying to ring the bell for a split second and making people think you're attacking so they'll dead hard and all that, but honestly you don't need it. It's because you could just fake out dead hard by getting close enough and they'll use it in a panic and then you can hit them as soon as it ends. So another one little trick, which hopefully I'll be able to show you in this video should the match go well, is that with the new hatch mechanics, whenever there's only one survivor left, Wraith can stand completely still next to the hatch, invisible, and then if he finds it first, and then as soon as the survivor comes to take advantage of it, you just kick that door down in their face, and boom, you get to find them for free, and they're basically screwed unless they lose you in a chase. It's a pretty cheeky little strategy, but it's a lot of fun and it's hilarious. Plus, it makes Wraith one of the better endgame class killers at the moment, in my opinion, because that little trick of his, being able to do that, can really come in handy. Although you might be forced to sit there and wait a minute, depending on how long it takes the survivor to actually find the hatch. Plus, it might backfire if you don't see them approaching and they jump in before you have a chance to kick it, but I don't know. Guess we'll find out. Alright, so they're using more mist, and I'm just using a blood point offering. So let's see how this goes. If you saw one of my recent Wraith videos, got a bit of an example already as to how the mind games of the speed boost when coming out of stealth, the windstorm, as it used to be an add-on that allowed you to do that, but now it's base kit, which was a really nice change for him. It really made him a lot better. But yeah, you can use it for certain little mind games and ambush attacks that are actually quite interesting. Another thing that you can do with Wraith, which maybe I'll get to demonstrate if these guys don't know what they're doing, is Wraith can body block things. Like, he can block windows and pallets and stuff when he's cloaked, and then uncloak and basically get a free hit because they have no choice but to deal with him. It doesn't always work, but if it does, it's pretty good. It's especially funny, in my opinion, when you invisibly pin a survivor in a corner and they're forced to sit there, watch you uncloak, take a hit, and then they can run away. It's pretty priceless. Now watch this. As you can see, when Wraith starts in a match, it's completely invisible, which is a nice little thing, because when you ring the bell, it makes a noise that people can hear from a good distance. There are add-ons that can make it to where this bell makes no noise or is heard across the entire map by everyone, so they have no idea where you're actually at when you're ringing the bell. Watch this. Alright, that's a sprint burst. That's the one biggest problem with this part of Wraith's power, is that sprint burst counters it pretty hard. Where? So she went through here and then her scratch marks disappeared. I thought she doubled back, but apparently not. So we gotta remember, Nia has sprint burst. Well, there goes my totem right off the rip, of course. I don't know if she had quick and quiet or what, but all I know is that Nia fucking just disappeared instantly. Scratch marks? No. No scratch marks. Another sprint burst. This might be a Survivor Friends group. They all seem to be wearing similar stuff. I might be wrong though. Alright, will they drop the God pallet? Nice. She didn't seem to know where I was coming from. Alright, her friends might pallet slam me if I'm not careful. Yep. So this is probably a Survivor Friends group because they are, see, I body blocked. So these guys are gonna get the gens done really quick. This is a rough team, and they got flashlights and everything. I mean, look at this. So yeah, definitely Survivor Friends, all using the same skin just to throw me off. And they're popping gens really, really fast, so they're very coordinated. They found my ruin immediately. You don't understand, I wanted you. Oh, that wasn't very smart of you. That's what happens when you waste the God pallet all early. Killer Shack isn't free anymore. So with the Wraith you gotta try to keep up pressure as much as possible. He can end chases pretty quickly if you use him correctly. And you have to take advantage of that. Because if you don't, well, this kind of stuff happens. So I'm gonna knock her down again. This guy is being a bit of an ass. I have no idea what he was just doing. I wonder if he was glitching out or something. So Weasel knock this gen back down. Wait. Why? What the? I can't. Okay, so he DC'd and so it was bugging out. Nice. Sprint bursting into a wall. That's smart. Oh, he got me. I didn't think he was going to be able to catch me. So yeah, these guys are trying to be like toxic and mess with me. So I forced the pallet down, but unfortunately that also extended my stun. Got her down again. Alright, where's her friend at? Are you over here? Is she gonna get me again? No, she's not. Yeah, luckily for me that guy seemed to have internet issues or something because he's gone. caused me a few issues there for a second, but I think we might have these guys down now. So I've knocked that gen down again. Watch this, Nia's right here. Got her anyway. Now she's got some distance, so I'm gonna cloak so I can get a bit faster. May or may not work out for me. Okay, so she's gonna probably go for the window. No, she's not. That was a bad move. Because now I can just easily catch up and smack her down again. When a wraith is decloaking behind you, try to go for a window or a pallet immediately because he will catch you. So that speed boost almost completely catches him back up. So very important you keep that in mind when you're facing off against a wraith. Alright, so here's one of them. Don't think I see you, but yeah. Decloak. I'm gonna cloak back up because she's heading into the pallet area, so she might throw down some pallets. Yeah, she's gonna find one right here. All right, so I'm gonna claim this pallet. Oh, never mind. So a lot like with say the pig's dash, the thing you should try to do is claim a pallet with your. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm just gonna let her sprint burst away. I'm not gonna tunnel. I don't usually farm the. I mean, I don't usually. Where'd the? How did you get over here? I don't usually tunnel the people that are like farmed by their teammates. As you can hear behind me, pretty sure a teammate came to try to save. Yep. She was trying to do the flashlight save, and now she's not gonna farm her. You gotta try to go inside of these. Mind games. Very important. So you're getting saved. I can just pick you up for free. Look at a wall so you can't flashlight me. Borrowed time. That's fine. I'm not worried about it. Oh, now your friend's dead. Now what? So you give it up, apparently. So yeah, this match turned around really quickly since David disconnected. It seems like he had internet issues or something because it didn't do that noise that indicated he rage quit. Plus, I'm not sure why he would quit during a heal unless he just pulled the plug in his router. There's a bit of a locker animation bug right there. Alright, so the other Nia with the purple hair should be around here somewhere. Oh, another way you can bait out sprint burst, actually. I just remembered. You can start ringing your bell behind the guy, and when he thinks you're fully cloaked, like right before you get fully cloaked, they're going to try to time it, and then they'll sprint burst at the last second to counter your speed boost. And that's how the sprint burst will give them the free distance. Alright, you know what? I'm just going to hook her. I'm not looking to deal with this crap. I'll go try to find the hatch. If she gets out, she gets out. This is a 3-person game technically anyway, so may as well give him a shot, I guess. Have I really not hooked purple Nia? No. Oh wait, no, barbecue. Is barbecue still bugged? I don't know. Well, the other Nia's over here, so let's see if I can find her before she finds hatch or something. See, she was here. That's crazy how they can just disappear like that. Alright, well, I'm gonna go find hatch. Oh, it's right here. So she ran that way. So I'm gonna stand right here and just look around. If she comes over here thinking she's found the hatch, I'm gonna close it, hopefully, and then I'll get to chase her for free. So she's going to be looking around for the hatch, because that's what she wants to do. She wants to get away. So let's see if I can hear her approach or something. Try to move as little as possible so I stay hidden. I don't know if turning uncloaks you or not. I think it doesn't. I think you have to actually walk. But I could be wrong. She's going to be just creeping around because she's trying to search all the jungle gyms and such. If she doesn't appear in the next like 10-15 seconds or so, I'm just gonna shut the hatch and go try to find her. That way we don't have to sit here for too long, but you get the general idea of what I'm trying to do here. As you can see, she knew that she was screwed because I was sitting right here waiting. Wonder if she'll DC. Hopefully not. Because I want my barbecue stack, unless barbecue's still bugged. Because I can't remember if I've hooked her or not. Oh, I guess I did. Yeah, barbecue's still bugged. That's unfortunate. I thought they might have fixed that with the latest hotfix that fixed a bunch of the exploits and stuff. Oh well. That's a GG. So yeah, you got a general idea of some of the cool things you can do with Wraith's power. Now in this case I didn't get to show you a ton of the mind games with the dashes because they honestly weren't all that great. I thought I was in trouble at first because they were making some pretty decent saves with the flashlight, but it turns out their looping game was not really on point. Alright, got a double pit from that. And there was a red rank survivor in here. So it just might have been a Survivor Friends. I mean, when ranks are this despaired, it usually means it's Survivor Friends group. So yeah, decisive. Those two, I'm pretty sure the two Nias that were dressed very similarly to each other with their baseball caps and stuff. Pretty sure they were together. As for the others, it could be either or. Don't know why there's a rank 16 in my game if that's not the case, but whatever. So, as you can see, Wraith has a few different tools at his disposal. My previous Wraith game, that if you go down the list of videos you'll find, showed off the mind games a little bit better. But this should give you a general idea of some of the fun and cheeky ways you can play Wraith. And plus, these add-ons are they're really fun to play with. I like them a lot, but I need to stack up on more of them. So yeah, I do hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm really hoping you enjoy this killer catalog series. If there is a specific killer you wish me to do next, or if I should just go down the line like I've been doing, why don't you just suggest it to me down below? I'm really hoping I can get some, people in the community talking, I actually got recognized when I was on the True Talents Twitch stream, which actually felt pretty good, actually getting recognized by someone who actually watches my videos, which, if you're watching this video, hey, shout out to you, man. Anyhow, I'm going to go for now. I will try to have another episode uploaded this as soon as I can. I have a day off tomorrow, so I will most likely try to do it tomorrow. And until then, see you guys next time.